Welcome to Red Ted Art. Today we're going to make these Angry Bird Pom Poms. They are so cute and so fun. You can actually catapult them and create your own game. Let's watch them fly. Wasn't that fun? Now let's watch one of the peas fly. And then let's get making. So today we're going to focus on making this Angry Bird. To make the Angry Bird, you will need a pom pom maker or a fork. Now there's two techniques: pom pom maker, look up here, or fork, look over here. Now if you're doing the fork technique, which is fine, I totally get it, as in you don't know everyone has a pom pom maker, you're going to have to look for this kind of pattern to get your Angry Bird body, the white bit, or light grey, depending on what colours you've got. And you do roughly 2/3, 1/3, and then take it from there. But look at the pom pom making technique that I've linked, and go from there. If you're using the pom pom maker, I'll put below some links where you can get hold of these. I've used the second smallest. And then we've got some red and some white wool. So you start wrapping around your wool on your second smallest pom pom maker until you've got 1/2 all full. So you can see that's nice and full. It hasn't overlapped on these parts, just in the center, okay, nice and thick. You put it down and then you can carry your wool over and use it on the other side. Now what I like to do when I'm making the Angry Bird pom-poms though is at this point leave the red for now, and in fact you can just cut it off and come back to it. So I'm going to do that so it doesn't get in my way. I like to then add the white tummy, and I like to do it first so that the red kind of overlaps it a little bit, but it doesn't really have to. So then you just add a bit of white wool, and then this is just a bit of, you kind of have to experiment, but I go to about 2/3 of the way, or sorry, 1/3 on this side. About here, actually near a half, actually, isn't it? Do as I do, not as I say on this one. Just have a look. So that's probably enough white, and leave that there. And now you get the red and finish off the red. Now this has gone a bit knotty, that's going to be a bit messy. Here we go. So we now add some red, and we can use the red to help hold the white in place. I'm trying to hold, there we go, got it in place. And now you just finish up with the red, nice and thick. And make sure you go into the corners like this as well. So now my wool's getting a bit knotty. This is really good actually for using up odds and ends of wool. The white one was only a little piece of white bit of wool I had left, so that was great to use up. Make sure that's off. Here we go, that looks nice and full. Then you shut it like so, and you've got this sort of pattern. To be honest, you could probably have a bit more white, but like I said, let's experiment and see. Then you take your scissors and you cut. Like so. And you cut. Okay, so once your bird comes out, this will be the bottom, this will be the top. So this is a little trick, only if you want it as a little extra. I want to keep that little fluff at the top, right? So when I do my knot, I want the knot to be opposite the tummy, because this is going to turn out into this. Now if you don't have that on your fork, you can always just cut out a little piece of red felt and do that, and add that line, or just glue it in or something. So I'm going to take my wool, where did my scissors go, like so, and I'm going to give it a little knot. So I want the knot to be opposite the tummy, facing up. And then I'm going to do a second knot just to keep it really secure. Like so. Okay, now you're ready to open your pom-pom. Here we go. So here you have your basic shape. Brilliant. Now, like I said, you can keep this bit and just trim it a little bit to have that sort of little bits, the Angry Bird has those little bits sticking out. And now it's time to decorate it. I'm actually going to just give it a little trim here just to flatten it a bit because it's sticking out. You know, I've actually got a little bag where I save all these trimmings because it makes great stuffing for sewing project. Yes, I am that thrifty. Why not? Here we go. Now you need your googly eyes and some felt and some glue. So I'm going to cut out 2 eyebrows. So that's just to straighten it. There's one eyebrow. There's the other. I think that'll do. And a beak. So to do the beak, I take my little bit of yellow felt, I fold it over, and I cut a triangle shape like so. So now I've got all my little bits. Get your glue. Now if you've got a hot glue guns are great for sticking these sort of things on. They go really quickly. I'm just going to use white PVA glue because PVA glue is really strong. Get my little stick out. I'm going to start off with the beak. So I'm going to put some on the beak like this, and then separate the white and the red because I want the beak between the 2 colours, and shove the beak in like so. Oh, I think I put that in very far. I'm going to pull it out a little bit like so. Then I get a googly eye and I stick that on. Second googly eye. There we go. One eyebrow. And then the second eyebrow. I think I need a bit more glue. Just a minute. And you're almost finished with your Angry Bird. There we go. Done! You have just made, or watched me make, an Angry Bird pom-pom. Now, as I said, to make the other ones, it's a similar process, but you trim your pom-pom afterwards into a triangle. And this one, I use the pink pom-pom maker, which is like a smaller pom-pom maker, basically. And then I stuck on a little oval for the nose and some pom-poms. And if you don't have a pom-pom maker and you want to use a fork, it just means you have to trim your, either use a smaller fork or you trim it a bit more to make your piggies. Now remember, if you combine it with a DIY, what's it called? DIY catapult, you can have your very own pom-pom game. So let's have a look at this. Whee! I'm going to do it in slow motion. That was really slow actually. I did that really slow just so that it would actually fly. But anyway, the point is you can make your pom-poms, you get out some Jenga or something similar, some building blocks or some loo roll towels or whatever, and then you have your very own game of Angry Birds. Anyway, I hope you like this craft. Hope to see you here again on Red Head Art. And yes, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you like to make, what you'd like me to make next. Anyway. Bye!